I just want to let everybody know that my mom loves every one of you guys. And again, I just want to say thank you for coming and showing support and respect. I just know that she loves all of you guys and I love all of you guys.
This is the story of Theresa Cachuela, aged 33.
Said you got it back, we asked around, they said you did. Yeah.
And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
A Hawaii influencer who was gunned down by her estranged husband, Jason Cachuela, age 44, right in front of her daughter and then fleeing the scene. The shooting came just 2 weeks after Teresa had taken out a restraining order against her husband, accusing him of harassment and stalking and telling the court she was doing it to protect herself and her children. Unfortunately, that did not stop him from shooting her in a parking lot in the presence of their daughter.
And then all of a sudden I started hearing pop, 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 pop. 6 shots. And then a second or two later I heard pop, pop, pop. And I said, that's a gun, that's not fireworks.
Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This story will be taking us to Aiea, Hawaii. Aiea is a census-designated place located in the city and county of Honolulu, Hawaii. Aiea is located on Oahu's south shore, about 8 miles, 13 kilometers, west of downtown Honolulu. The chance that a person will become a victim of a violent crime in Aiea, such as armed robbery, aggravated assault, is 1 in 400. This equates to a rate of 2 per 1,000 inhabitants. Theresa Cachuela, age 33, is a successful businesswoman. She was also a social media influencer. Theresa Cachuela was the esteemed owner of House of Glam Hawaii LLC, a highly respected salon located in Waipahu, Hawaii. She was popular on social media and in her immediate environment.
Don't like me, that's fine. But, you know, watch your mouth.
She frequently posts several videos of herself on her social media platforms.
Y'all want to know who I date, who I go with? Jesus Christ.
Terresa, who happens to be a mother of 3, is known to be a dedicated mother, also known to be a dedicated Christian who showed her kids many things about Christianity. She posted about her Christian faith as well as her kids too. They can be seen getting baptized and praying in several videos.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. The kingdom come.
She was a really great mother who tried to make her children happy. She showered them with love and affection despite her busy lifestyle. Teresa got married to Jason 11 years ago. Teresa, who had a child before the marriage, ended up having 2 more kids for her new husband. It had been a very nice marriage until recently. He became really crazy about her and tried controlling everything she wanted to do. Teresa complained to family and friends recently that he was tracking her every move through global positioning technology in her car and phone. She was done with the relationship and asked for divorce, but he would not grant her wishes but instead kept applying pressure. At a point, she could not handle the pressure anymore, so she went to court requesting for a protective order against her husband. According to the petition for the TRO, Teresa warned that her estranged husband owned guns, and that on December 6 he continued to make threats of killing himself in front of me, and my children were present. Teresa said that after talking to her husband December 7, she left to pick up her cousin from the airport. Theresa Cachuela accused her of not caring about him, which made me want to save him. I went to his house to pray for him and help him. I told him that I need space and that he needs to relax, especially for his health. That night he started texting me pictures of rope, trees, and trying to get me to come see him, but I didn't feed into it. When she returned from dinner at the Cheesecake Factory that night, Jason allegedly tried to break into her garage. The next morning, Jason was hiding under her car, and she called 911. A police officer who responded to the call suggested she get a TRO. In the TRO she stated that, "I am doing this to protect myself, my children, and to hopefully get him the help he needs." The couple had agreed to a 1-year protection order, and Jason had surrendered his guns as part of the order, but he never did any of them. Just 2 weeks after she filed the restraining order, on December 22, 2023, Teresa, along with her 11-year-old daughter, was heading to the Polridge Center in Aiea to see her mother to exchange Christmas presents when her estranged husband pulled up to her and shot her dead right in front of her daughter at the Bank of Hawaii parking lot. Cops were alerted and they showed up at the scene. On arrival, they found a woman in the parking lot with fatal gunshot wounds. EMS said the woman, identified by her family as Theresa Cachuela, was pronounced dead at the scene. Witnesses who were at the scene immediately mentioned Jason as the culprit.
And that breaking news is HPD's homicide investigation after a woman is shot and killed allegedly by her estranged husband near Pearl Ridge Center. The tragic crime happened in front of the victim's young daughter. We have team coverage of the shooting, including reaction from the victim's family. But we start first with the latest on HPD's investigation. Our Jolani Martinez is live at police headquarters. Jolani?
Steph, HPD says this wasn't a random attack, as the suspect and victim were in a relationship. The investigation is still ongoing, and they've classified it as a first-degree murder case. Police say at around 10:15 this morning, officers responded to a suspicious circumstance case in a parking lot near Pearl Ridge Center and found a 33-year-old woman with fatal gunshot wounds. HPD confirms that a family member did witness the shooting. Relatives say it was the couple's daughter. Another witness recalls hearing multiple gunshots as he was leaving a nearby bank.
And then all of a sudden I started hearing pop, 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 pop. 6 shots. And then a second or two later I heard pop, pop, pop. And I said, that's a gun, that's not fireworks. So I jumped behind a cement column. And then what was weird is I'm looking and I seen 3 or 4 ladies run by saying, on the wall of the parking lot in the back of the cancer thing, running towards the street yelling, saying, oh no, don't. And then I heard like 5, 6, 7 seconds later, I guess whoever, I'm assuming it's a 9mm, he must have put another clip in. And then all of a sudden I hear pop, 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 pop. And I said, damn, that's like 12 bullets. And then I crouched down and ran out of the parking lot.
The suspect, 44-year-old Theresa Cachuela, fled the scene. At around 1 this afternoon, dozens of police officers were seen in the suspect's neighborhood in Waipahu. Now, while our crews were at the Waipahu scene, police had a silver sedan towed from the area.
Yes, it was believed that the suspect had that vehicle at the time of the incident. We do know that there was a TRO that was served on him, which is why this case is classified as a murder in the first degree.
HPD began a search for Teresa's estranged husband, 44-year-old Jason Cachuela. A few hours later, HPD said Jason was found dead behind a Waipahu residence, and confirmed a gun was recovered from the scene. He had permanently hurt himself to avoid being prosecuted.
Police say Jason Cachuela was found dead at a home in Waipahu. Police also say a gun was used at the Waipahu location, but they're unsure if that same gun was used in the shooting at Pearl Ridge Center. Reporting live from HPD, Jolani Martinez, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you very much, Jolani. The victim's family says the couple had been having marital problems. Our Annalisa Burgos spoke to the victim's mother and 8-year-old daughter at the scene and continues our team coverage of the case. And
yeah, it's incredibly tragic stuff. Lucita Ani Nihoa told me that she was meeting her daughter, Theresa Cachuela, at Pearl Ridge Center and was sitting inside Palimomi when she got the heartbreaking news from family members that her daughter had been shot and killed just outside, and her granddaughter witnessed everything.
Her youngest daughter is the one that tragically saw everything.
How's she doing?
She's right now, she has so much faith, this little girl. She just started praying. She doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe her mom is gone. I don't believe it. They never arrested him, knowing that he had guns, knowing that he threatened to kill the kids and her in her own garage.
Now 3 children are without their mother just 3 days before Christmas. Ani Nihoa said that the tragedy could have been prevented had her daughter's requests for police help been taken seriously. And relatives told me that the suspect was supposed to surrender all his firearms as part of the TRO filed by the victim, and they want to know why and how he had one today.
Jason Cachuela did not have a criminal record, but in the days before the killing, he repeatedly threatened, and Theresa Cachuela obtained a temporary restraining order against him for stalking her. Our Daryl Huff has details from court records and the reaction of his attorney and the agency who represented Teresa. Daryl.
Theresa Cachuela described terrifying behavior that began on December 6th, just a little more than 2 weeks ago. She did call police on 2 occasions, but there is no indication in the court records he was threatening her. On the 6th, she said Jason made threats of killing himself in front of herself and her children, and he took me alone to Waikiki, she wrote, and held a knife to his neck, traumatizing me and scaring me. The next day, he confronted her again, and she said police responded. And then on the day after that, she writes, Jason was already in the garage hiding under my car, and when I saw him, I ran in the house and my son ran down the road. She said she called police and filed the TRO that day, which says he had firearms at his home in Waipahu. But despite those incidents, court records show that at a hearing just 2 days ago, the couple agreed that he would stay away from her, but he would also have visitation.
I saw photographs and cards, loving messages from his wife to him as early as the first week of December. I was convinced that this relationship was retrievable, that at some point down the road, if he got the help he needed, it would be okay.
Adding to this tragedy was that Teresa said she sought the TRO and called police not to punish her estranged husband, but I am doing this to protect myself, my children, and to hopefully get him the help he needs. Cachuela's attorney said he had found a psychiatrist for him. As is required in domestic restraining orders, the judge in this case did order Cachuela to surrender his firearms, and sources said the police SWAT team did collect some of his weapons.
The case has since been classified as first-degree murder even though the perpetrator has been found dead. Teresa's kids and other family members were shocked upon hearing the news.
Members from across Oahu rushed to the scene while others on the Big Island flew in once they heard the tragic news. Nikki Schenfeld spoke with family and friends and continues our coverage.
Loved ones say 33-year-old Theresa Cachuela was a woman of God who loved her kids.
My mom, she's a beautiful, independent young woman, a woman of God. She never feel nobody but God. I miss her and I love her. I love her. She's a great woman, beautiful woman.
Loved ones say she was with her 11-year-old daughter and was going to the bank when her estranged husband appeared in the parking lot.
It was about 9:30. I was gonna eat breakfast, but then my sister called me. She was crying. Then I already had something. I already knew something in my mind about my mom. So my sister is calling that my mom got shot. So I never believed that.
He knew his mom was going to Pearl Ridge, and he headed straight there.
Only the worst could happen, and it happened. Everybody was over there. My mom's car was there. I couldn't see my mom though. But yeah, she got shot, and she's finally in a better place.
Her family says she filed a temporary restraining order on her husband, which was finalized this week, and includes a mandate that he surrender any firearms.
If the system could be fixed, that man could have been in jail, and my mom couldn't have been killed.
The family says Teresa used to live with him in Waipahu. She moved out about 1 year ago.
We just need some prayers, that's all. But I thank you for everybody loving on her and blessing her and just praying for her as well. Just thank you.
The 1-year order for protection took effect on Wednesday, December 20th, just 2 days before she was killed. That did not stop him from killing her. There is a GoFundMe account created by her mother in case anyone is willing to help with her funeral expenses. A very senseless crime which could have been avoided just by letting her be.
I just want to let everybody know that my mom would love for all of you to open your hearts to Jesus Christ because she wants you to be saved. Amen. My mom loves every one of you guys. And again, I just want to say thank you for coming and showing support and respect. I just know that she loves all of you guys and I love all of you guys. Thank you everybody for coming.
Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of Theresa Cachuela. May Teresa's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her, and may her life and death be an inspiration and a turning point towards justice and increased protection for domestic abuse survivors. Please stay safe out there and see you guys in the next video.